Hey, 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 welcome to the attic. I'm Manadad, playing some Forgotten Realms with my real-life brother, Brobi 1 Kenobi.
Hey, hey, hey.
We got the Fiddlebender. People are excited about this guy for Commander. Definitely a crazy build around, though, for Limited. Probably would rather do one of these signpost uncommons.
Yeah.
You've played the set now a couple times. This is my first time playing.
I think everyone's okay. He's not great. He's like, I would keep looking around the pack.
Creature
That guy's
unblockable. We
good.
got removal here
Yeah.
that makes a treasure. Maybe that's just a
Yeah.
good pick one.
It's the best black common, I think.
I like these modal cards. They all start with U. This one's called You See a Guard Approach. You either tap a creature or give a creature hexproof.
That black guy is good too. So
Sepulchre Ghoul.
he's okay.
Oh, we got a mythic. Minsc. Minsc and Boo. This is the hamster, the legendary hamster. Give it only as a sorcery. There's a lot of stuff that's only as a sorcery in this set, which is womp womp.
Is that guy good? He's a 3/3 for 3.
He's a 3/3 for 3. He's hard to play. I'm just gonna grab him though, like, because
There's not
I'm trying to collect cards, and
there's
this
not
is
a lot
early
of
on.
fixing. You definitely have to base yourself green, which is fine. But,
I mean, well, red black is the treasure.
That green fight spell is awesome. Or green direct damage spell.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the punch spell?
Yeah, that's a better card.
Well, I'm just rare drafting, I guess. We'll see. If it presents itself to we got a good start in 4 out of the 5 colors here. We could take a blue dragon and it's actually kind of like these Rhyme Shield Frost Giants. This is just like the 4/5. It doesn't quite have hexproof, but Ward 3 is pretty good. I like a 2/2 lifelink for 2. Check for traps is kind of cool.
It's not that good. Not
2 damage to any target created treasure. That's pretty good. I think that's one of the top red commons.
Yeah, here.
Just from my cursory glance, and that would help us cast Minsc. Here's the 1/3 ramper, which is good. That in my landfall deck, my landfall commander deck. Oh, who's trample? Make a 1/1 and leave an equipment.
I think it's good.
Wild Shape is... I mean, giving something hexproof is good.
I think that equipment is actually okay. I think there might be an equipment sub-theme working with Minsc. I could be wrong. What's the green?
I mean, the sub-theme is just like ramp and pour all your mana into small creatures and make them huge, right? Playing best of 1. Yeah. This would be a good sideboard card. 3/4 enter a dungeon. Pretty solid. So much text.
Battlefield artifact.
So digs, when it enters, you can dig for an artifact.
Which allows you to get that Morning Star that you got.
Yeah. Or there's the Delver's Torch. I'm a bit dubious of the equipment build around here, but
it might be okay.
The green is looking like it might get cut here. Just put a reserve on that. The 2/2 for 3, but you can get +2/+2 and gain haste, but only once per turn.
Okay, the 4/4 trample is a good card. That's green.
There you go. Yeah, draw a card.
Yeah, it's a good green
Snap
combo.
that up.
It's one of the best, if not the best.
I think this is a decent
It's decent.
blue
It's
card.
decent. It's a little over.
2/5 flying, bounce something. As you can see, like in Kaldheim, this was a 4-mana creature.
It's a good.
It was
card.
a 3/3 draw card. That's the 5-mana creature. And usually these things that are creatures that bounce cost 5, but still good ability.
So that 3/1 for 2, that card's good. I was just 2 of those guys. All of a sudden, like they're their own like beat down.
Yeah.
Fast.
And maybe we're kind of like a red-white beatdown with a little bit of green, or maybe we're red-green
splash white.
Splash white.
You need to be base green, I'm assuming, but just I think that guy's okay. What else is there though?
Well, I skipped that pack, but check for traps does not seem like what we're doing here. This guy. Oh, it only makes a treasure if you hit 20.
You have a combat trick and you have a red creature.
Where's my combat trick?
That guy's okay, that 4/3. He creates a goblin or 2 goblins, right?
Yeah.
He's not bad. He's a good wide payoff. He might be that.
Here's the 1/3 that blows up an enchantment, which I assume is good because of all the class enchantments.
Yeah, that guy's fine.
You like that, yeah. So it looks like maybe white-black is the most open here, maybe. Definitely seeing plenty of white in the... nobody wants these equipments. This one at least equips when it comes in.
You're not adventuring too, so like there's people are gonna have snapped up that mechanic of the Pegasus.
Oh, I love the Pegasus.
Yeah.
Also got a 1/2 death touch, which is just always good, especially with that punch spell.
But yeah, there's the punch stuff running around.
Huh.
Plus, there's that artifact that you can sack.
I haven't seen a ton of green. Or maybe we do want to cut green. I'm just a fan of this Pegasus, but this is a lower CMC and it's death touch.
It's up to you.
Okay, well, ran out of time on that decision. Here's color fixing.
Yeah, there you go.
Guess we'll take it.
It's not very good though.
Mimic.
You have to sacrifice it.
Oh, you have to sacrifice it. That isn't great.
Get the
combat trick.
Yes. Yeah, so
it's artifact, I guess. We end up blue-white somehow. Well. Change of plan, huh? We go with the Mythic Planeswalker instead of the Minsc and Boo.
Oh, that guy's interesting, huh? Starts with 5.
Starts with 5. You can make a dog equal to the number of cards in your hand. Definitely more of a control planeswalker, right? 6 mana, comes down, draws you cards.
What's the other cards? Yeah, we'll take a look around. You don't have time to waste. What's your red card?
We got the Fireball. This one. This is the Wild Magic Surge. This is like a 4/3 that kind of draws you cards. I mean, I'm gonna take the take the blue card, and we'll just see what we. I think this is bad though. This is one of those bad rares, right? So for 3 mana, you have to have another non-token artifact to make a 4/4 artifact creature. So bleh.
Like a clunky build around.
I could take the blue-red build around and kind of switch into blue-red with Mordenkainen.
With the D20 build around?
I think the people want to see Minsc and Boo, though. I don't know. Not streaming this live, so I don't know what the people want to see. Whether they want to see me go for Mordenkainen or Minsc.
What's this?
I better select something here. This creates a treasure.
Yeah, that doesn't suck, yeah.
I'll take that. This is also white removal, though. Take the white removal. This creates a treasure.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think green red you can base and get some treasures and splash.
Maybe still splash Morning Kanan?
I don't know. I mean,
Double blue, but it is 6 mana. See how much fixing I can get. Maybe we'll wheel another Mimic here. I don't know you play Mimic.
you don't.
They're
You
2
don't.
mana
You
to
don't
make
want
a
to play
mana.
it. You want to get that uncommon that allows you to get 2 lands.
I guess it's good because of the artifact thing. This is just wrong. This should be called you happen upon a glade. One doesn't happen on things.
That's what I was just saying you need though. If
Search your library for up to 2 basic lands, put them into your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want.
That is what I want. Otherwise, we got another of those Dawnbringer clerics, which is good.
That guy's good too.
Yeah, 4/4. When it enters, he's gonna plus up the whole team.
Yeah, he's legit.
Another white removal spell.
Yeah.
It only deals attacking creatures. That is very defensive. Take the fireball. Null Hunter. You can see that in the red-green aggro deck.
Yeah, he fits. That's okay too.
That guy's alright. Just get it. It lets you get an attack the turn it comes into play. Very aggro.
Sure, white removal.
Yeah. How many of those do I want? I guess it can also just buff your whole team. So if you're going wide and if you're ahead on board, it can be good there too. I kind of like a 4/1 that comes with a 2/2 though. 4/1 reach that comes with a 2/2. How many dragons have you seen running around? Because it seemed like there are a fair amount of dragons in this set. It is called Dungeons and Dragons.
It's not as many as I've.
This is ramp plus venture. There's the boots of speed.
You're too far out of venture.
This is the one equipment I like it common here.
Yeah, that's the guy.
1 mana equips for 1, +1/+0 haste.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Fun. So she was trying to get down and.
It does look like blue-black is more open here at the end of the pack. So if we see other good blue splashes, which keep our minds open, there's the guy that makes a treasure.
And there's your green creature land ramp, right?
There's land ramp, though. Right now, I'm actually fairly low CMC. I don't have the highest of curves. I really just need fixing, I think. So that's a venture. Have you seen this guy? A 4/2 that can help you venture?
A lot, but you're very out of
venturing can help us get treasure also.
You're very out of venture right now. I don't know. That guy can get venture on his own. Oh, that giant is sweet. The 7/6.
7/6 gain 3 life.
Yeah,
that looks like the what was that worm called in Kaldheim?
The crawl worm. I don't know.
Ravenous Lindworm. That was good. I guess I'll take the modal spell. This might be one of the worst ones. Because returning a creature you control is not great. +1/+3 is not the best of combat tricks. Gain 3 life, or should we take the equipment?
There's that 2/2. The 2 drop.
You like the 2 drop?
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, Meteor Swarm. Again, an intensive mana cost.
Good switch to green red, just splash for white off the treasures. You can also splash that easier because of the
Burning Hands deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. I mean, I think you take Burning Hands. It's going to be casted more of the times you get it.
You sure? Because you got all the treasures going on. I think
I do have a lot of treasures going on. I mean, I can. Only X target creatures or planeswalkers.
So it's 8. So you can do like 8
5
damage.
mana, kill 2 creatures probably. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. 5 mana, kill 2 creatures. Take it. And take another owlbear. Huh.
No, great.
That could be good, but
Owlbear is a good card.
yeah, I think you probably just take as many owlbears as you can get.
Pretty much.
Look like anybody's in the equipment deck here. Just lots of equipment in this set. I guess that's very on flavor for Dungeons and Dragons.
You can do that from the graveyard.
Yeah.
So it comes back.
Slow.
It does activate the 6 thing on the other ones.
That's true. Good for activating pack tactics. I mean, we've got already 2 of these owlbears and a herd gorger, so we've pretty got that part of the curve. This creates a treasure token, right? And you venture into the dungeon. That seems good.
Yeah, I think you're just weak on venture. I think you would rather want to side towards the pack tactics or the D20
You
stuff.
could get yet another owlbear. Maybe we're just the owlbear good stuff deck.
At this point, you should just focus down to green red and flash on white. Blue.
Let me lose you here something. We don't have a ton of removal. I feel like this Dawnbringer Cleric. Don't need the Ingenious Smith. I don't think we're there on that. I guess you could still splash the you hear something and watch. This gets your class enchantments if you get one of those. Double target. This is a game ender. Double target creature's power and toughness. Or 5 damage to target creature with flying. That seems really good.
Alright.
Also got the fireball.
Yeah, that's good too.
Here's the fight spell, actually. Maybe we want that.
Yeah, that's the best. That's better.
Okay.
It's at instant speed. It can blow out.
Took it. This is really expensive, though. By the time you got the 4 mana, you're really going to want that? The Mason.
What's the green creature?
The 2/2 that can become a 4/4.
I think you want the 4/4 that's white. I think you can splash that. That buffs the board.
Glad you saw that. I wasn't even looking at that one.
Alright, the Hill Giant.
The Herd Gorger?
Oh, yeah.
Hill Giant Herd Gorger. Or Goblin Javelineer.
I think you can play 2 Hill Giants and just get you jump people. And you got all this ramp with all the treasure.
I don't have a ton of ramp, but I have some.
You got the haste equipment again.
Form with the goblins, or no, we don't want that.
I think you can play the haste equipment over that. You get the second.
Well, I already got. You think I take 2 haste equipments?
Yeah.
You think it's that good?
Well,
I think if we were doing an aggro deck, I don't know about.
I don't think you need another 5-drop. Well, it's good because you got those big.
There we got another fight spell though. That's good with all our.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, it's good because you have the big. You don't necessarily need 2.
This is a treasure payoff here too.
Yeah. Anytime you can make a treasure before and play that guy on turn 3 with the treasure, that's a good or decent play. I mean,
Cards create a treasure. That's a cool card. I don't think we got any enchantments that we'd want to search for. Okay. I think we got more than enough playables. The question is, I don't think Mordenkainen made it there. We never really saw any other blue cards that would make us want to double splash for Mordenkainen. I'm going to go down to 1 Boots of Speed right off the bat. Wild Shape, I'd say that's on the bubble. You hear something on watch, that's probably on the bubble. Maybe we don't need that now that we've got 2 of the fight spells.
Yeah.
Goblin Morningstar.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
That seems okay. The 3/1. That can become a 3/1 first strike.
When you get it, when you're attacking with your
Questionable.
Your pack tactics.
If you're not attacking as a pack, it just kind of goes blah. I guess this is pack tactics. That's pack tactics.
I mean, it's a benefit to what is the base toughness of a 3/1 is for 2 mana.
1/1 make a treasure and gain life. Death Touch. I'm glad I ended up getting that with the double spoils of the hunt. Mimic. We can cut that. Destroy an enchantment or create a treasure token and venture into the dungeon. That seems good. Deal 2 damage to any target, create a treasure. That seems good. 2/2. Destroy an artifact or create a treasure. That seems alright. Double spoils of the hunt. That's our punch spell. Or bite spell. You happen on a glade. That's our fixing. I guess either to get white or red for the Meteor Swarm. Meteor Swarm we're probably going to try to cast at least on 5. We get 2 for 1 with it. Jaded Cell Sword. I think we definitely got enough treasure we could run it. Just the question is are we going to have to make it a cut?
Yeah, it's kind of a weaker creature.
Any of these creatures that have lower toughness than power, it's like kind of tricky. I guess that one would also be on the bubble, the Bard. I like this one, the 4/2 that land drops Ventures. Maybe it doesn't line up. I mean, there's a lot of 2/1s in the set, so
it doesn't line up with what your deck's doing. Unfortunately, it's like a green-blue card.
Do we have any way to make it evasive? Give it trample or anything? I mean, I guess it works well with Spoils of the Hunt.
It's a good creature. It's better than the other 4-drops you have technically on its own because it ventures.
Yeah.
When you like with landfall.
Yeah, it's still gonna get us the dungeon value, I guess. I mean, I think we kind of just want to be owlbears here.
Yeah.
I don't know if these Vertigards. I guess if I'm dying to flyers, I'll put them back in.
And you're just like
Fireball is removal. Keep that in. Goblins, nah. Devoted Paladin.
He's gonna suck because you get the vigilance attack off of him. He's splashable if you're splashing away.
He just ends up as a 4/4 though. That on the bubble too. And then maybe just I think we do 2 of these Herd Gorgers.
I think you can do 2, dude. They're gonna bring it back. There's nothing that really handles them.
Then I'm gonna keep the Wild Shape. I think there's a fair amount of removal here. No, kind of like the what is it? Snakeskin Veil of the set. There's also a blue one that's kind of like the Snakeskin Veil of the set. Then it's like, am I only splashing white? What am I splashing white for?
Well, I guess you can take out. You could take out the.
I like this guy has a treasure.
The Paladin.
And then take out the Paladin. And then.
You just cut. You can just basically cut your planes.
Oh, interesting. They've updated this little. So now when you click on a land, see what our. So we're heavier green. Although we do need triple red, so maybe we'll keep it even red-green. Got 1 plains to fetch with the Happen on a glade. All right. Make your predictions now. People watching this, you've probably played a couple Forgotten Realms by now, and you know whether I've got something good or something terrible. Well, actually, you've played a couple already. What's your sense? I guess if I'm dropping owlbears one after the other, I'm going to win. If not, I'm not going to win. 2-drop, 2-drop. Yeah. Alright. Meteor Swarm's tricky, but... We drop into 3-drop. This is a 1-1. When it dies, they get to... Oh, we got the triple red from the get-go. So I can't really block it with my 2-2. No, they're the Shambling Gas deck, for sure. Okay. Well, I could Goblin Morningstar.
Yeah, you'll get a 1-1 out of it.
I'll get a 1-1 that I can just...
yeah, jump away.
Oh. Detached.
Or you could swing back.
That changed the calculus? I don't really want to give him a treasure. Like mono black over here. 1-2 death touch, but well, I guess that stops. I want to get that down so I can Spoils of the Hunt with it.
Down the rune of speed, I guess.
Yeah. Opponent out of cards here. Too bad this can't go face.
Void damage for 4.
Yeah, but it's divided among X, right? So you want to at least get... I mean, this would be pretty good against their deck if I had more mana.
But it was space, you'd just be 1 target.
Do I just keep taking damage here?
I think
you think they're color stuck? Because I don't really want to give them a treasure.
Yeah, either way, this guy's...
They might be mono black. In which case they're definitely faking me out here. What does this do? When it dies, venture into the dungeon. Well, guess we'll let him venture. That seems like a... Well, I guess this is instant speed also. Could also just get down Troubadour. Maybe the Troubadour is better when I can drop it and pop the speed on it. They're tapped out. Can't play this and hold up Spoils of the Hunt. Pass the turn. Evolving Wilds. Okay, well now they got all the colors that they want. This does have pack tactics, but on the other hand, like, I'm just eating a lot of damage here. I'm better off getting down the Null Hunter and just starting equipping it up. Oh, they got all the mana they need. Alright, well they seem to be mono black. Oh, come on, give me another mana. Yeah, equip both. So they'd have to sacrifice 2 creatures with the Sepulchre Goal. What's their splash color? Blue. Okay.
Well,
They definitely feel like they've got a deck that's like designed.
If they sack the 1/1, they can minus your creature.
They can minus my creature. Turn it into yeah. They're gonna make me trade it off. Well, I can just take a damage. It's holding off those two. Oh my goodness. Give me a land, please. Like, this thing dies to this 1-drop. 3 toughness is definitely important. Now, if I can just get 1 forest here, I'll be in good shape. Thank you. And I'll get to venture at the end of this turn. Oh, they got a counterspell? They just got double blue. They got some kind of instant. It definitely paused there. I guess it could have been pausing for them to sacrifice in response.
Ooh. You got that.
They're reading the Owlbear.
That 1 equipment gives you trample, so that.
Good on the 4/2, yeah.
Or on the side.
All right, here we go. First dungeon. Don't want each player to lose a life. Maybe make a 1/1 goblin.
Plus up something. Draw a card.
Yeah. Or just do a drain.
You need another land too to get.
You don't need the treasure token, right? It's gonna be a while till I get there anyway.
You have nothing that pays you off for completing a dungeon though, so you might want to start with that longer dungeon.
Sorcery speed, but that's true. Uh-oh. Guy that makes stuff unblockable. And this kill spell won't kill it. But I guess this kill spell does kill it. Oh good, and they didn't use it. Definitely don't want that around. Do we want to get the Sepulchre Ghoul?
See, that guy's going to sack off. I think you can kill the 1/1 as well.
They'll sack off everything. I think I killed a 1/1 or a 2/3. I got a 4/4 to block the 1/1.
Okay.
So if I kill the Sepulchre,
yeah, the Sepulchre, if you can kill it.
So I do 3 damage to Krydle. They sacrifice that. So Sepulchre Ghoul has got 5 on it. Yeah, we'll try it. Maybe there's a way for them to play around that. They might also have a counterspell. We definitely got some instant speed, something. So they can sack their whole board to keep the ghoul alive if they want. didn't want to. Am I ready to turn the corner here yet? I think so. I think I've got the long game here. Oh, they had another sepulchre. Cool. Okay. Or they drew it actually, but well, this guy gains new life, right? It'd be great to just pop that
and you
on.
can give it, yeah, and you can give it trample.
Or I could play the owlbear and give it haste and draw a card. Maybe that's my.
Oh god. Can...
Let's just get down life gain here. Double block, I double kill.
Yeah, I think you can live with
I think
it.
that's alright. I think you get removal on the Herd Gorger, but I can take more of an attack, I think. So, do I make a 1/1 or do I make a treasure? Now I think I maybe make a treasure.
I think you make a 1/1.
Just because that blocks their 1/1 nicely, and their 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. This is definitely a good card, this Ghoul, because it's kind of hard to attack and block around, you know? What they've got in their hand.
I think this deck wants to play the other long dungeon.
I think you're right. Well, I think once you get the Troubadour out, right? Because you're just going to be repeatedly going through a dungeon.
You don't have any dungeon payoffs.
We'll see. We'll see how many times. Like, I haven't dropped a ton of lands since I played it. That's only gotten 2 triggers so far. So that's instant speed. That's great. I think we equip up the thing with trample and see.
Yeah.
They've got the instant speed way to deal with it. Take 8. Oh, they're gonna all block on it. Okay. Their plan exactly.
It's technically 6 damage because the -1/-1.
Right. Yeah, well, I think I can Spoils of the Hunt, though.
You can definitely Spoils of the Hunt and keep it alive.
They're just going to return it to my hand. That's fine. I want to move this to anything.
Why not? Well, no, because you want to
Put it on the owlbear, so then next turn I'll attack as a 5/4. And also, then I have 1 more power to Spoils of the Hunt.
Sure. You can take. I would almost do that and make sure you kill a creature off, and then you can play Harbor. You might draw a land, and then you can play Harbor with the haste.
Oh, no.
You can play Harbor with the haste.
Damn Skippy.
He doesn't have a trample.
Not gonna have trample.
And the same thing applies. Now you couldn't blow him out in combat. You'd have to trade everything out for him. I think you can attack with more than just him.
Yeah, at this point, 14 to 18. Well, they just kill the owlbear, but I guess I got another owlbear in hand. I'm gonna wait one more turn on the all attack so I can be holding up Spoils of the Hunt. Okay, they had Power World kill. They were holding that back. Drain them for 1 or plus up something.
Something.
Plus up the owlbear. That is a good card. 2 mana instant kill almost anything. Oh, these vampire spawns are annoying.
Play out your
The
owlbear.
ghoul.
Play out your owlbear.
Play the owlbear, see what I get. Definitely a grindy first match here. Oh, good. We get a trigger and we get.
I think you can attack with a 5/5 and then use a combat trick at instant speed.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's my play. They're just gonna take it because they're at 20. Draw me a card. Thank you. So you were right. We did complete the dungeon.
Right.
Hey, look at that. This opponent's getting to see all our beefy boys. I mean, look at all these tiny creatures they're holding us off with. Tiny creatures and kill spells. So we did take over that thing. Uh-oh. Any creature gets +2.
Kills it.
Kills it. There's there any way for me to...
-2. No. Don't worry about it.
Alright. It already drew us a card.
I think you can
Take something out. Take out.
I mean, for 5, he has to sacrifice 2 creatures to keep the ghoul alive. Right? Is that how that would work?
Yeah, let's see. You're probably right. That ghoul is also stopping me from using my other removal. Because they can just sack the creature out from under it and then it fizzles my bonus on the Faraday and the improvised weaponry. It's good we've held that back though, because they had the power word kill. Right, they decided we could lose the thing. This is another reason not to play equipment. I mean, a 2/2 that just blows up an artifact.
I think you can haste in your Hill Giant now, right? Does he have... He would have to give his whole board up. He'd have to give... And then you attack with the other trample guys. Is that gonna get buffed?
That guy will become a 3/3.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You're winning the race.
How many power word kills they have? But that's a rare, right? Power word kill? No, it's just uncommon. That's gonna be hard to deal with. Yeah, they're taking out the owlbear.
They're in deep shit though.
Deep doo-doo. Deep doo-doo.
Oops.
Keep it clean.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, this 8/6 is going to be trample. I've got a handful of removal. Uh-oh. They're reading everything on my board, though. 6/5. Okay, so they're not all tiny creatures. Creatures you control gain menace until end of turn.
Okay, now you take out the 6/5 and you trample on your 8/6.
I like that play. Yeah. There we go. Game 1. It was a long one, but we won. Good game. We did not yet play Minsc and Boo, though. Minsc and Boo, where are you? Go for the eyes, Boo. Go for the eyes. I think this is a good hand. Don't really have a play till 4 that affects the board.
You can get the owlbear out.
This, and then
with
hopefully,
the treasure.
yeah. What you want to do is have the troubadour down, then play the glade so that you're dropping lands, but I guess it actually doesn't really matter. Huh. Destroy target enchantment.
Well, there you go.
Or do the treasure thing.
I think that enchantment's actually okay. I think it's rated alright. I think you take out the enchantment. Because you're going to get 2 lands.
It is sorcery speed. I mean, I think they come out mana positive on that. Let's put a blocker down. Then we'll give them treasure. That gives them a free treasure. Oh, they've got a combat trick. They got a combat trick or they're bluffing? What do you think?
You just
I think they got a combat trick. Let's get it out of their hand. Nope, it was a bluff. How often does that happen? So, let's get a plains and a forest so we can cast that owlbear. Yeah, this is a good common. 1/3 creates treasure when it attacks. Some games you're just gonna be dropping those treasures like nobody's business. See how much removal they have. Like they might have another one. Yeah. You need to use the treasure to get the treasure though. That's okay. We got more where that came from. Uh-oh. Wow. Okay. Discard a card. I don't want to discard any of these. The sellsword? Or do I do the troubadour?
Yeah.
Troubadour is good on this board. Or did I have the option to take 2 damage? Maybe I should have just taken 2 damage.
I think you sandbag your lands for your troubadour, right?
I mean, I could just play the troubadour and play a land.
Well, you could just do your...
Or I could just get the herd gorger down.
You could just get the herd gorger down. I don't know.
Let's get the herd gorger down. How many more? Is this guy Death Touch? No.
He's got the...
If a creature died this turn. Just decline. Oh, you can just decline, take 2 damage.
You could just sacrifice the land.
Guess I could have.
That's wrong order.
I did the wrong order, you're right. Just take that out.
I think you just attack in here, and then you play your 4/4.
think I actually played this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
said.
4/4. You're right. Yeah. Drew another one. I mean, owlbears and herd gorgers seems like a good plan right now. Beefy boy beats downs. There's the 4/4 death touch. I guess we'll just fireball that one.
Yeah. Don't play your land.
Not play the land.
I'll
Would they
attack here.
gang block? They would gang block on the owlbear, so it doesn't make sense to attack with that.
I mean, it does because they have to block the other one.
Oh, that's true. I didn't take their life into account.
But the result was this would have been the same. So now I got sticks on the board. I'm gonna go the long dungeon route.
They don't really. I guess they have a choice of double blocking on this or not. Trading it for their rare or not. Yeah, okay. I'll go for it. Let's get wide on them.
Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
This is the long one.
Yeah, maybe.
Sure, why not? I mean, hopefully the game's almost over. We might still just want to try to get to the draw card.
This does cool.
I think it's
stuff,
almost. This does cool stuff. Target creature can't attack. Okay, well. It was good in game 1, not so good in game 2. Hobgoblin Captain. But owlbear and see what I get?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm wide enough on them to win unless they got removal. Blockers, okay. Still wide on you, bro. Guess there's no point in holding the land back. Wild shape, too. This should be... Yeah, good game. Good games. Another beefy boys win.
Oh man, getting aggressive.
Fuck one up for the heavy BMIs, guys.
Positive images.
Say that again. I was just paused the recording.
Big body positive images.
That's right. Body positive on this channel.
Yeah.
You do you. Wow, a card full of green land, a handful of green lands, and the meteor swarm. Would you get the innkeeper?
And you get
Into the sellsword. That seems like
ooh, that's a monster. It's a good turn.
This is still a risky keep, though, I'd say.
Yeah, but you're probably gonna.
It's a cool thing with the dragons. And we get our planes. Sure, why not? Why not, Shuffler?
That guy's good with the black red that I just did.
Well, it's good just with the trigger life gain stuff. Because this will trigger life gain repeatedly. And it just sits around, so.
Yeah.
They're going to blow up my treasure. No. No, they've made their own treasure. Okay. Joke's on you, opponent. Pay with treasure. Coming down hard. Wonder if that was dumb. That was a pretty aggro move. 2-1 first strike. Okay. Double spelling on me. Blocks. Herd Gorger. I need some mana, Herd Gorger.
So you can make the one guy. Yeah, I mean, you can blow out in the combat trick, right?
Are they going to sacrifice and...
I don't know. So what do their guys do?
Force them to sacrifice the treasure. That can become first... That can become whatever... First strike... thing. We'll make them sack the treasure to do it. And then... kill it. Hopefully they needed that treasure.
I guess that wasn't great.
I'm almost out of cards here. Huh. Well, that would kill it, so I guess no blocks. Trouba Dooba, get you every game. No tax. My goal is just to last to the late game here. These double Herd Gorgers. Or, you know, last till I draw red mana. 2 mountains on the top. No. I think we are going to get our first loss here thanks to variance of the shuffler. The mana distribution. What's this guy even do? So once they get up to 6 lands, so that gives them some inevitability on 6 lands here. Like a treasure. That's a 3-2. That's a 1-1. That's a 2-1. Oh yeah, we get this. Do you think we should do Mad Mage here?
You get a treasure, you scry.
I mean, by the time the scrying is good, I guess. Guess the scries are almost like draws
it's
here.
Like it's a ton of cards.
I think it's going to be almost always correct to just do Fandelver.
I don't think so. Not when there's not
Getting a 1/1 and a +1 counter.
I think this has more like there's more payoffs for you.
Okay, well I could Meteor Swarm and kill like their entire board. Or I could Herd Gorger.
The Meteor Swarm route.
Let's hope they don't have a counterspell. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh right, it's X damage. So that's 4. We need 1 more. Where should we put the extra point of damage? We're gonna make sure we kill the Arcane Investigator. Got something instant speed.
They wouldn't have the blue counter spell.
They might have a pump or something that'll save something. Let's see. They don't. This is a blowout. You're gonna bounce something, okay.
Brobi down.
Brutal. Not much choice there. Forest, don't need it. Yeah, they're done. Alright, well thanks for talking me into picking that card.
What?
The Meteor Storm, whatever it is called.
I think it's good.
It's really good. And they've got enough treasure makers in red that hitting the triple red, even on a
green,
on a hand where I was just all green forever.
There's like no fixing in the set because the treasures are the fixing. So
I like treasure
deck. That's how you get the splashy deck. Is up base green red.
I like that. Black red treasures looks good. Once again, the greens. I don't think I can keep this.
I don't think it's very good now.
Not a good hand. What? It's like the same hand.
It's the same hand,
but I get the Null Hunter, and I got that Glade.
You can ship back the
Pack Tactics is better when it comes down on curve, I think. And I'm going first. Hey, we got red. This does not kill the 1/3 though. That's annoying. See if they want to block. No. Called our bluff on that. Actually, no, we called their bluff. Take that. Q2 Death Touch. Probably should have just attacked in.
You can get double mountain.
It's true. And what if I draw? I still haven't drawn Minsc.
It's true.
Right at the bottom, Wild Shape is interesting. Mountain. I draw Minsc, it's a dead card, but we've already seen now. Is it worth putting them off their treasure?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably not.
Oh, I think you let that guy block.
Oh, you're right. I just thought through that after I did the.
Oh. Letting him get through the dungeon.
Yeah, were they gonna make a 1/1 next turn? Okay, well we're gonna take out their board. Yeah, naturally drew the mountain. One, two, three. 2, 2. They might have the hexproof thing. 3 for 1, yeah? the spy back. Oh, a double spell on it. Come at me, bro. Problem is blue-black has a lot of ways to make unblockable. No. This is hexproof now. Okay, you get to draw one card. Oh, the unblockable combo. This is why I saved the first idol, though, right?
Right.
Right target artifact. Boom. Is it worth a card to get in for 7?
Yeah, because he's dead.
Because then they're on a 2-turn clock, right? So. It hit me for 3 draw a card and play a chump blocker, though.
It's basically the same thing. He'll attack in.
Did they get a chump blocker? They did not.
Attack in.
Here comes the beefy boy. I like owl bears and I cannot lie. Manticore.
Oh, destroy this guy.
Okay, well. Get white on you. That's so good. 2-1 with that kills something that was dealt damage is pretty good. Oh man, and a 2-5. What a nice draw for opponent.
I don't know.
Heck of a top deck. Okay, well now we're no longer the beatdown. Gotta get something to push through. I thought we had that game. Opponent top deck Manticore Shortcut Seeker. Oh, here we go. Roobadoobs. Doobles badoobles. Okay.
I mean, that does damage.
Does damage. Yeah, I think we're gonna go Tomb of Annihilation. It's our way of racing. I guess if they turn this game around on us, then we're gonna regret that. Because they do have 2 free damage in the air each turn. Let's go adventuring.
Thank you. No, not that one, because you don't have a card. Oh, they took the 2.
I think I'm doing my opponent's work for them. I might have been better off with something that just put a +1/+1 on the owlbear. Still got 2 cards in hand also. Hope they're sandbagging lands. Huh. Haste with trample is something. I could send in the troubadour. I have to block.
You want the troubadour around.
As a blocker, it's much easier to remove.
Well, you're close to getting your 4/4 out
It's
of
lethal, so they have to trade it for one of these guys.
You got to attack with all. I guess not. I guess he could have killed the 4/4.
Okay, now we have. Down to 5. But they don't have a flash creature. I guess I could have made that hasty, huh? Would that have been lethal? I think I missed lethal. Is a risky lethal though.
Yeah. I
They
turned
have
away.
a counter spell here. They have a counter spell.
I didn't even see what you drew because I was.
I drew a Prosperous Innkeeper and I thought, oh, that doesn't do anything. It's just a chump blocker. I'll hold that back. But I forgot I got the Boots of Speed. So it could have attacked as a 2/1. My Owlbear would have been down to a 4/4.
Dang.
Oh, they got a dragon. Well, that's game. They put fly on this guy. Alright.
You can draw a removal spell and win. Or no?
This is a good top deck from opponent.
You can give it haste.
That's true. And I gain a life.
You gained a life. And you're alive. Give it haste. Give it haste. Attack.
Got a block opponent. What a game, what a game. Heck of a top deck from opponent though. 7 mana dragon. Ice my board. Now they can dungeon drain me, right? Is there a dungeon that deals 1 damage? I think they still got the kill. No?
They have to have it.
They have to finish their dungeon. They drew a card though. Oh, they're drawing more cards.
Oh, they're looking for an answer.
It's a great card. Counter target spell or draw 2 cards. Got a 4/4.
You got.
I don't quite have lethal, right? No, I do. Xaxes. They block the 2/2, they take 3. Wow, good game. That was just lucky top deck. I guess any 1-power creature had me.
You missed the win though before that.
Yes, but if they had something, they would have blown me out on that.
Yeah, but it was lucky top deck to get back there.
They were lucky top decking too. That was a definite top deck battle.
It was a top deck battle.
I have to hand it to you though, because if I hadn't done the drain, it wouldn't have been low enough to get through those last points of damage there at the very end. Oh man.
I'm gonna go get a drink.
I guess this makes a creature.
I'm gonna draft 1 myself when you wanna take it.
Risky, keep it.
Like that. I think that card's good though for your deck with the big trample guys at the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the 7 with the 7/6ers. I think we definitely have the good equipment in this deck. This and the Boots of Haste, as we saw, that won us the game last time. As long as it's equipped, it has Menace. They're wary to use this mana. They're gonna improvise weaponry. What nice for that. Oh, meteor swarm. Alright. We'll do it. This with trample is no joke. We got that out of their hand. Maybe they got another one though. In which case we will be sad. Oh, looks like they got something. They're just reading the card. Well, and when the set's been out for a while, you like see your stuff get highlighted. Oh, this is it's flying and menace. Huh. Just kill it. I can see if they want to trade. Or I could wait and get the dungeon value. Eh. Gain a life. Let's just scry for land. I think we got a scry. Owlbear can't cast ya. Grab me some forests. Ooh. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about my rare. No attacks. I will make a... Did I make a treasure? I'll play the Herd Gorger next turn. Oh, that's nice. You can pump that multiple times too. This should have attacked in there. Let's just drain. They got the goblins built around. Oh, nice for that. However, we'll have a big trampling Herd Gorger. That's a 6/3. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take some damage. Get that guy out of the way. Then I take 6, 12. That's nasty. Make a treasure. I think I need to get some creatures down, gain some life. 8/6 trample. Attack with all these guys. They can plus up something. I think I survive. Get in with my trampler. Draw a card. Oh. Mic noise, mic noise. Apologies, all the listeners. It's like silence my brother. I have to remember to unsilence him next time I want him to come on, though. Okay, they got blockers. Blockers for days. Oh, I like that equipment. I'm nice for that. Oh, fly. Okay. Yeah, that's a threat. Luckily you can take it out. What dungeon will you choose? My combatant. I think the dungeons do add quite a bit of time. There's a lot of decisions to be made, especially picking the first dungeon here. So I think these games are going to be, especially early on in the format here, quite leisurely paced. Huh. We got blockers for days.
I think you wait till their turn.
I'm gonna.
I think you wait till their turn.
They're tapped out. I'm just gonna get.
Okay.
Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Gain a life.
I think I gained the life.
Mm-hmm.
We're in another top deck battle here. They are wide on us. Can make a treasure or a 1/1. How many goblin payoffs they've got? Clearly should have sandbagged the meteor swarm. Barbarian class. That seems like a good top deck. Oh man. And the Tiger Tribe Hunter. And meanwhile, I get a land. No choices here. I don't need another land, thank you. Although, what was my next thing? I get a treasure or creature can't attack. Could have used the creature can't attack right there. Oh, they got another Battlecry Goblin. Okay, well, good game. Hell of a top deck. Heck of a top deck. We'll give them the pleasure of running us over with gobos. Definitely a plan to just get the Battlecry Goblins and the things that make a bunch of goblins. Who knew in the end I probably should have meteored their goblins. Gotta kill off the halfling, sure. And die. Alright, finally lost. And I don't feel bad losing there. It was a top deck and we started off very slow. Did we have a mulligan at the beginning of that game, or was that the previous game? I don't know. You leave a comment. Still searching for Minsc and Boo. Have yet to draw them. How many games in now? You know they're going to be the thumbnail. Gotta bring people in with Minsc and Boo.
Yeah, you got the chance to get it out.
And the caption will be, "Go for the eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes!" And get that meme out day one. Be the first
Why is it go
YouTuber.
for the eyes?
It's the like catchphrase of the character. He throws the hamster and he says, "Go for the eyes!"
In Dungeons and Dragons?
I think it's. I think the audio clip is from a video game, maybe.
Huh.
The actor who says it is this guy like Jim Cummings, who's a famous Disney actor. Who I know from his other work.
Your movie reference, dude. Would be you. Like
I just followed the link. People were very excited when the card was spoiled.
Oh.
About go for the eyes. Everybody was posting on Reddit, "Go for the eyes, Boo." Okay. The old full house of owlbears. Give me one more mana here. Yes.
Forest and
need a forest.
Minsc and Boo mana.
And then yeah, well, we're gonna believe that we can get Minsc and Boo. No attacks. So this is the big payoff for the gain life. This thing can get huge. Okay, they're a triple color deck. Oh, flyers. You had to do it when I had no removal, eh?
It's gonna gain life. I'm going that long dungeon.
Oh, I drew the mountain anyway. Couldn't play it in the other order. Needed 4 lands. They got some combat. Do you think they have the deal 5? I think I just don't attack. It's not worth the 1. Oh, it still triggers.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it had to see the land.
It's at the end of the turn.
So you think I go for this one?
It's debatable. We'll just go wide and get aggressive.
I'm going to be drawing a bunch of cards off these owlbears. I'm just going to be playing owlbears till the end of time.
You can scry away some of your crappy cards, maybe.
Yeah. Alright. This survives. I got 2 more things here. Gain 1 life, draw a card. Nice.
A guy who needs to be dealt with.
Sooner rather than later. They're getting that sweet dungeon value on me. Oh.
There you go, big time.
Critical hit. At least they have some gain life.
More, right? 6-2.
6 and 2. Why you have to submit it? Don't need that land. I want to find Minsc and Boo. Make my Death Toucher base 7/7. Kind of a 3-for-1 because I got the fly. Of course, they got 2 triggers off of it. Oh, I think it paid itself back. Oh, they have another one? It's just not flying. Let's owlbear first. What we draw may affect things. We know we have that, so we'll just drop that down. We need a treasure. There, you can't attack. Not that you would want to. Oh, that's another one that you can't really let sit around. Wretch and Titchwell. So they just like... Yes!
Cannot wait to cast it. Watching you counter.
Oh, you thought there was a... yeah, it could have been right into a counter spell. Alright, so... What are we going to make a 4/4? The Basilisk? Oh, this has haste. Yeah, 1/1 trample haste. X equals 4. Go for the eyes! Boo! Heck, even the Basilisk. Why not? Oh! Didn't you want to kill my hamster? I did read that they had that card early in the format. Some credit on that. Yeah, we'll keep that. Don't need the halfling. Although I can pump it up. Pump it up. Yeah, draw your cards. I got 4/4s that draw me cards. What you got? Portable hole, no! No! Boo! I'm back, boo! I would need 4 mana to get something up to... Guess I could make the Troubadour a 3/3.
Yeah, you can buff
I don't need to buff the
death
death touch, I think. Necessarily.
Oh. Yeah, it is that they're not going to block it.
Oh, you may play them. I guess I didn't think about that.
Except the end of the turn screws that up, I guess, now that you know that.
Yeah, it's not good with Troubadour.
But you're too...
I could have... Yeah, I guess...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, maybe you may play them... No, you have to play them then, right?
I don't know.
Or they just stay exiled. I guess I should have chosen just to find out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Double Titchwillows. They're done. Opponent's seen enough. I need to see my third owlbear. Alright. Finally got Minsc and Boo. Leave a comment. Leave hashtag go for the eyes if you watched this far to see Minsc and Boo.
It did some work too.
Did. Good combo, dropping the little 1/1 hamster and then buffing it up for an attack. All you have to do is have like 7 mana.
It may have been a better game plan just to
Drop the owlbears?
Yeah, drop out the owlbears.
Maybe. Wait till my hand was dumped. Yeah, because you're right, because you kind of want that as like your last thing, and then you're just pumping up. Oh, triple mountain meteor swarm. I guess we'll keep it. This can catch us right back up.
Yeah.
What's going first?
You've seen that card in action. It's won games.
I mean, if I'm gonna draw a rare, I guess this is the one. Blue-red looks really fun. The dice rolling. Hey, got green. Really do need to get something to play. Now they're just going to get free draws on us.
Oh, it's not good.
Tempted to use the meteor swarm now.
Take out the one creature.
I guess it's going to catch us back up. We'll let them keep drawing. We'll get the owlbear down, then we can meteor swarm for like 3. We are at 11. Oh, now I get a 4-drop. Thanks. Holding up a lot of mana here. I might just have a bounce spell or counter. Don't even get to draw. Well, they would have countered that, so I guess it's good we got it out of their hand. This, unfortunately, is 3 mana. That makes it really hard to double spell it. So, do we have a bad keep?
I don't know. Kinda gotta wipe this board, I guess.
Guess so. I'm at 7, so I can't really afford to
So have another removal on hand.
see.
Two
They
removal
look like
spells.
they're combat tricksy. They're gonna bounce something back. Maybe I should just fireballed. That's what I should have done, actually. I should have just fireballed the thief and taken 1 more damage. Holy moly. This hit planeswalkers? Yes, thank goodness. Does this hit planeswalkers? No. Please get 10 to 20. Please get 10 to 20. Thank you.
Your suffering will come one day.
Wow, that seems like a desperation play from them.
No.
Their hand is full of cards here.
I probably got like bounce spells.
Okay.
So we
Made it a 4/4 dragon. Well, not that weak right now. This is good though. Give me 3 life. Oh, or I could play owlbear and hold up the kill spell. I think that's my play. Oh no! Opponent. Well, I guess it's better they countered that than this. Guess. Okay. Pass the turn. What does this do? Does 1 damage every time they roll a dice? I think I gotta kill that.
But you don't have to kill it yet.
I guess I don't have to kill it yet. Every time they roll a dice, when they take 1, I would 5 life.
I think can you do it prior to them casting a spell that would roll the dice?
I sandbag lands. Yeah, I can. Okay. Could do it here. Or take 1 damage.
I would see what they get. They gotta have a better creature.
I guess like what I gotta get rid of is if they have a repeat roll the dice thing like that.
They can't trigger it either.
Not this turn.
Yeah, so you get rid of it now.
Pass to attackers first. Oh, another one. I guess I don't have good attacks. Happen on a glade. Huh. Turn target permanent from my graveyard to my hand.
Because
I guess the owlbear, right?
yeah.
That's a good card. If I play it, I lose Spoils of the Hunt. So they can
nice here.
fly in with Faraday. Yeah, they got... got an attack with Faraday. Good game.
You weren't probably coming back from that, but
No, we got so far behind. The meteor shower almost got us back though. What's the thing called? Meteor swarm? Meteor swarm. That's been MVP. Okay, well we're at 5-2. We had a good roll quickly. Let's see if we can sneak in 1 or 2 more wins here. Up against the best of the best. Heavy win decks. Again, the Meteor Swarm opening hand. It's like not the best opening hand card. But we do have Happen on the Glade. We'll keep it. So if the opponent gets off to a fast start, we're probably null hunting. Oh yeah, they're fast. No! I needed that. I needed that creature. Portable hole. A portable hosed. This goblin's not going to do anything. I think we're just trying to get the owlbear down.
makes sense.
So again, we're going to take a big beat. We're going to take a big beating here, and then try to get to the meteor swarm. I do owlbear, meteor swarm for 3. Oh. And Fandalver. Ruba do duba.
I think you want the okay, never mind.
I think I might just chump block with it here. Let's do Fandalver. I think we need a 1/1 blocker here. Owlbear, maybe.
Yeah, you're gonna.
If we can stabilize here, we're gonna get hit in the air.
Fast.
They got removal though for the Troubadoobs. I can feel it. Nope. Oh, Barrowin.
It's gonna die.
They're speed racing the dungeons. So, that was the wrong land. Okay. May as well just take out 2 creatures, I guess.
Yeah, you have to.
They're tapped out while they have a treasure. Good Morningstar. Spoils of the Hunt, get rid of that, but oh, wow there. Three cards in hand. Not a lot of lands on opponent's side. They do have a treasure. Maybe some big creatures in their hand if they're not playing anything. Can't quite owlbear spoils. Again, this being 3 mana is like an owlbear Morningstar.
And double spoils.
Oh, so you can sacrifice a treasure to get a treasure?
Yeah,
that's good. That's a good little play pattern.
You draw 2.
I think they're just on the beatdown plan. Oh, half-elf monk. Okay, I gotta kill that. Or that just taps down my blocker.
You can.
So let's see. If I improvise weaponry, I can improvise weaponry something and spoils, but I can't improvise weaponry and...
You can play 2 spoils.
Yeah, I can play the Morningstar and a spoil. Or I could double spoils, you're right.
You can kill off both those big beefers. You can attack in since you can't block. No. No. Well, no, you don't want to do that. Because you're wasting your treasure. I mean,
I can't let him untap with the half-elf monk.
You can still play spoils, yeah. You can still get the half-elf monk, yes.
So now I could attack. If they want to trade anyway. I can chump with my goblin.
I guess you could, yeah.
Aggressive stance. Not have the treasure anymore. I want to keep that around. Play the Jaded Sellsword, but this draws me a card.
Yeah, just play the owlbear.
There we go.
Interesting.
Now I got the combat tricks. Did I equip one up?
Yeah, I think you attack in with one. Man, I think you can blow out. I think you can go ahead and use your spoils. Prior to the block. Okay, you took it.
I mean, they must know I have a spoils because I'm not moving the equipment around. Oh, crap. I didn't even notice they played that.
Oh, wow.
Okay, it's
cool.
good. I've held back the spoils. Tap down first, okay.
Oh, sweet.
Yes. Make
Ready for
6/6 trample. Go for the eyes, boo.
You can just swing with the crew. Just get reckless.
I don't think it's the turn to get reckless just yet, right?
Well, it's lethal. I mean, how is it not? He's got to block stuff. He doesn't have any crackback.
They don't keep the 1/3 around. I guess you're right.
Nah. He gets wrecked.
I guess their one card could have been.
He had to block there. He didn't
They didn't do the math right. Their one card could have been the deal 5.
You're not as aggressive as me on those.
No, I'm not.
Bring
That's why it's
line.
good to have you here.
He has to block.
You see those
he had to block
lines.
the big beefer there.
I look at 16
no
life and
block.
I'm like, okay, well I'm at least 2 tacks away. And you were like,
block.
no.
He's dead basically. Got your eyes. We
I went for the eyes. So this next game is the last game with this deck, no matter what. Win or lose. Can we get to 7 wins with a crazy eye gouging hamster?
Possibly.
Hey, look, a hand with red and green. I almost don't want to look at the rest of the hand. Look at aggro. We get Meteor Swarm. You know, I can't complain about getting Meteor Swarm. It's been good to us. Make a treasure. Hopefully get to the owlbear.
Oh, I thought you'd put your aggressive creature down. I guess you can haste him in next turn anyway.
I guess we don't get to the owlbear. That's next turn. You're right.
But yeah, you can haste him in.
I can haste him in anyway. Oh, or I could play Minsc. But I think I just want to haste this guy in.
Or you could. I think so, yeah.
One more land, please. I guess I do want to save that treasure for... Oh, there's the precipitous drops. Those have been good against my deck. There's a lot of 2-power creatures running around. Wild shape. A little slow on the wild shape.
I think you can roll. You can go. Go for the eyes.
Going for the eyes.
Put the haste on it.
Put the haste on the 3/3. And turn. What was my last play? I guess I could have X. You can kill your own creature that way? You can make X equals 0? Okay. Opponent's playing removal tribal. No surprise here in the 6-win column. Good thing is the hamster stays around. Bad thing is I have no mana. I have manners. Let's trample. I guess I'll plus up that. Would you care to lend a treasure? Oh, if I get a 4th land, I got Troubadour. That I can't deal with Spoils of the Hunt, unfortunately. That I can deal with Spoils of the Hunt. I think we just want to play a Troubadour. Scry me to some lands, please. Preferably a mountain. Yeah, okay. Removal tribal strikes again. I really wanted that to stick around. Oh man, they get to make 2 treasures with that? That's insane value. Come on, mountain. Go to mountain. Guess I could block with Prosperous Innkeeper and then Spoils of the Hunt.
You're still
This, or I could
running.
make something a 3/3 elephant.
Yeah.
It's gonna get +1/+1. I better just kill it. I'll spend a combat trick.
I think
Because I can make a 3/3 elephant and trade.
you can make it into an elephant.
Or I can
If
make
you
it a
just trade the
spider.
token, just trade the token that gains life.
Let's trample though. Alright. Your final act. Sacrifice. You were a noble hamster.
I don't know if that's the play you wanted, but you're just trying to get to the meteor swarm.
Or the owlbears, I mean, are going to stabilize the board here. We got just a million treasures. Oh, this thing lets them... They're going to take the meteor swarm. Oops.
You're not. Still thinking about it.
Yeah, no, they're going to take the meteor swarm. That's pretty good when you've made all that treasure. I couldn't really do anything about... Oh, wait a minute. Turn a permanent to my hand. I could get back... No, I can't cast that.
No, you
That's
just
not
gotta
first
get through it.
strike. Yeah, I think I just gotta get a land and take my beats.
And you've already cast what's his face. You just get a forest.
There we go. Halfling. Holding down the fort. I did gain a lot of life, so... Take some beats here.
Okay, you can definitely get some big giants, get back in this.
That being a 5/5 doesn't help me, though.
Oh.
Okay. That's kind of cool. It ramps you. They have an owlbear. And their owlbear is bigger. That's not cool. And double spell. Guess I could have made that owlbear a 5, so I didn't have to double block.
I think you need to...
I'll just double block on this anyway. Skeleton swarming. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we didn't get to 7 wins, but we did get to go for the eyes.
You did see a lot of decks too.
Yeah, we saw some good strategies.
Went for the eyes. You went this game too. The eyes didn't work this time.
The eyes did not work.
Never
Opponent knew what was what. Let's see. This is our good. So they just had removal, 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 no hunters,
drop. Yeah, double precipitous drop. Dirty bounty.
removal, sacrifice. This thing, making all the treasures, working with the this one too, is like
The splashing red
fantastic.
without any mountains.
So
They're
have to
splashing
block
out
the
tokens.
5/5. That's trample though. Yeah, we're just dead. The Null Hunter survived. Cool. Well, yeah, subscribe if you want to see me and maybe my brother play more Forgotten Realms. And hit that like button and leave comments. Let's look at the deck in here and do a little debrief. Anyone who's stuck around this long, you are the coolest people. The best people. By the way, I'll let you know since you're sticking around. And I got on the shelf behind me, I got a bunch of packs. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers, which I feel like is enough. I can do a giveaway. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, maybe that'll tip the tip it in your favor. I mean, you watched this long, you must like Magic content, limited Magic content. If you don't like limited Magic content, well, maybe you like Minsc and Boo. Maybe I'll do a Minsc and Boo brawl deck. So Boots of Speed was good. I don't know if you ever want to run 2, but it was good. Wild Shape was okay. I think I was happy anytime I had that. Goblin Morningstar was okay, especially when I did the double Herd Gorgers. It's a little bit redundant with the triple Owlbears for sure. Null Hunter, we saw that did pretty well with the opponent there at the end. I think it's just a solid 2-drop. Innkeeper was good for us. I like that treasure token. Basilisk was good with the double spoils of the hunt. Cursed Idol I thought was pretty good. Came in handy when destroy an enchantment. I like these ones where you choose. Wouldn't say there were any games where we got beat down by flyers where we wished we really had the Eldergard Ranger. The Eldergard Ranger. Mordenkainen, I think I'm glad we left that in the sideboard. Another draft, Mordenkainen, another draft. Swarming Goblins was good in that opponent had the deck that was like the Goblins build around. The Goblin 2-drop that pumps all the Goblins. This is crazy good. Troubaduba. How do you feel about the Troubaduba?
Oh, it was good for you. Your deck got kind of lucky with it. It wasn't really.
There were some games where it just sat out and got a lot of value.
Yeah, but you had no other venture stuff to really.
Maybe a lot of games. It just depends on how many people are running that -2/-2 and the 3-mana spell that deals 2 damage. Like there's a lot of stuff that deals 2 damage that doesn't line up. It's better card maybe for best of 3 where you can see how your opponent's deck lines up against it. I mean, there were a lot of times where we completed dungeon.
I don't know. It's pretty good on its own. It's its own little dungeon engine. But it's like.
But a 3/3 here might have helped us gain some life.
It needs assistance. You got to go off with it a little bit more
final
than
attack in. I do think it's probably better than the 3/3 a lot of the time.
It was really good or really bad for you, I think.
This guy was good when we could sack the treasure. I don't know. Otherwise, meh.
Better combo.
Fireball was good. You just have to be careful about the life that it can hurt you with. Triple Owlbears. I'd play 4 Owlbears. I might even play 5 Owlbears in the right deck. These guys were good too, knowing that we had the trample thing. 8/6 trample.
If the Meteor Swarm was like the key.
Meteor Swarm. This is the MVP. Meteor Swarm right here. Probably put it over my face. Meteor Swarm. MVP. We did have some hands where like we couldn't. Like that one where they made us discard it before we got to play it because we just couldn't draw that mountain. That was rough.
But if that goes your way, then you're at 7 wins. Dang, that feels good. Cashing up some gems. I've just been spending them today. I gotta go do a draft.
Gems. +5 packs. Hey, you stuck around this long. I'll open some packs for you too. Let's
Thanks.
see what we can get here. Flumph, one of the worst rares. You seen this one, brother?
I don't know. I'm trying to fire.
04 flying defender. If it's dealt damage, you and your opponent each draw a card.
Cool.
I think it's meant to be kind of a symmetrical draw for people who like to do that in Commander. I mean, I guess it's lucky it's at rare, so you don't see it as often. This guy's great. This might be a popular Commander Volo Guide to Monsters.
Dice.
It's just a 3/2 value. Whenever you cast a creature, it doesn't share a creature type with the creature you control or a creature in your graveyard. You copy it. So it's just sweet Simic value, and just play all your best creatures that aren't the same kind of creatures as the other creatures. And double them up. Maybe ETB trigger creatures. Paladin class. This is good. Whoa. 1 white mana. Spells your opponent's cast during your turn cost 1 more to cast. Always good. Pump 4 into it. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Alright. And then an additional 5. You got 9 mana invested. Whenever you attack until end of turn, target attacking creature gets +1/+1 for each other attacking creature and gains double strike. That should close out a game. I like that for
rare?
Commander. That's a rare. That's a card for you, man.
Card.
Yeah, you
That's
like the
card.
aggro. Here's the Ranger class. I really want to get one of these for paper because for my wolf deck, 2 mana make a 2/2 wolf. Extra toy for Tulsimir. Guess you can play Tulsimir in Brawl. Historic Brawl. Oh, have you seen this card, Alex? I mean Brobi. Treasure Vault. It's an artifact land.
Do you want to watch me do a draft here?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to disconnect from yours and stream mine.
Okay.
And
You probably have to wait till I stop streaming on the thing, but I'm about to stop.
Oh,
What else we got? Oh,
I'm
Wizard
gonna
Spellbook.
disconnect.
I watched this beat Brobi.
Use the bathroom.
He was streaming on Discord
Yeah.
earlier today.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me here in the attic. I've been Manadad with Brobi 1 Kenobi. Remember, Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.